Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to go over Elrond. Elrond right now is trading at $48.46. 24-hour volume, we are up 15.90%, and market cap is negative 1.78%. Heading over to our chart, you guys, we're going to go over 1 week, a daily, and 2 hours here. So on our weekly chart, you guys, we can ultimately zoom out and take a look at some characteristics or history here. So with Elrond on this type of platform of Binance on August 31st here, we can see, again, price pumped up on the very first day as price came into an accumulation phase and then essentially pumped into volume. We can see the huge strides of the volume. So now the price is retracing downwards, and it could be very alarming or alerting, and we see it a lot with different altcoins, that it's reverting back to the accumulation phase here. But at the same time, if it is at an accumulation phase, there is greater opportunity here in the long run. So as we can see, the price came down, retraced as low on June 13th here of $38. And we can see now we're creating a lot of higher low peaks and higher high peaks as well, but ultimately rejected down here at $68.53. So as price is ramping up here, you guys, we can see we're holding steady on a support of $47.55. And that's essentially what we need to be able to keep here to continue to come up and retest the $68. Now, as price is going to come up here, we do have confirmation from our previous week here, a buy opportunity. And again, we're going to be taking a look at buying opportunities here on a shorter time frame. The reason why I say shorter time frame is the volume. So as we can see, the volume itself is lower compared to the price increase too. So if price was coming upwards, we want to see a price increase. So we want to validate that there is a possible reversal that's going to happen. The volume would be supported with the volume coming up or the price going up. But because we see a complete opposite with our volume and the price action, we typically want to look for shorter trades on a shorter time frame here. But when we take a look at the retest of the $68.53, realistically here, the 20 moving average line, which is this orange line, is going to be treated as a resistance line. So we may not even see and retest this resistance. The first resistance we would have to test is our 20 MA. As we see the MACD indicator that measures movement at the very bottom here, these bars itself is very, very steady. There's really no impulse in this actual bars, or histograms are called, because the two lines here, the MACD line, which is the blue line, and our signal line of the orange, is well below our 0%, which again, overall trend confirms it is a bear trend. But of course, we already know that because we are below multiple moving average lines, especially our 20 and our 50 line. Now we can see the Bollinger Bands here are reacting. They are squeezing in. And essentially when we see a pinch in the Bollinger Bands, it's going to initiate or signal a breakout, either an uptrend or a downtrend. So right now it's not looking good as we are below the 20 MA as these two lines are colliding in. So if we want to break out in an uptrend, we need to be able to close above the 20 MA, retest it as support if it is possible. And as the pinch occurs, the price will come up and retrace closer to the upper Bollinger Band. Going into a daily chart here, you guys, we do see something a little bit different. We have seen a change in the last couple of days here with our pattern. So what essentially we're seeing is price hitting our trend line that's coming downwards as support, coming up to resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Now, what we have seen in the last couple of days here is that we've got a max resistance level at the $54.90 approximately. And instead of creating a lower low compared to the previous peak, we matched that peak itself. So these two peaks at the very bottom here, these two lows, are basically letting us know that the sellers are not driving the price any further. Now, if the sellers drove the price further, we would see the trend line itself or the price coming down to the trend line at $46.70. But because that didn't occur here today, possibly as the day is not over, then it does show some weakness with the sellers, and ultimately the buyers can come in and drive the price back up. Again, we're still in this this downtrend corridor. Again, what I showed you is hitting resistance, coming down to support and continuing on. But again, we're flatlining on the resistance line. So what's basically going to happen now is it's going to consolidate sideways, meaning price for Elrond is going to come up, resistance, support, resistance, until it's going to break out either again in an uptrend or a downtrend, depending on volatility, the RSI, and the MACD. So what I mean here is we are below our 20 MA. As the Bollinger Bands are expanding, that means higher volatility. Price is going to move fairly quickly here. And price is either going to come up and retest the 20 MA up to the upper Bollinger Band, or test the support of the MA and then come down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. As we see, possibly pinching in a buying opportunity for our RSI here, price is going to lift up and retest our 20 MA, so roughly around the $52, so long that our MACD indicator shows in the green. And what we have seen so far today, it flipped over to the red, which may give us initial pullbacks and retesting our support more so. As the Bollinger Bands are expanding, you guys, and our MACD indicator shows in the red, again, we are going to be testing support in the next couple of days until we can flip this over here, and we're going to get multiple pullbacks in that red zone. So take a look at the RSI and see if it does initiate a buy signal in tomorrow, and see if the MACD indicator here does show a pump in the volume, because we are most likely going to come back down and possibly come back down to our trend line here and continue this corridor chart pattern itself. Lastly is our 2-hour chart. I do want to show you here again, price action moved sideways. It did kind of go off the grid and then come back into our consolidation phase and then ultimately drop itself as the volume again picked up. Huge selling pressure here as the volumes did pick up as well. So we always look at charts repeat itself. History may repeat itself again. So if we take a look at the price action here, resistance line here at the $50.06, support line here at the $48.47, you guys. Now, price again moved away from this area of consolidation, from this area where price is moving sideways. We could possibly test it, retest this, come back up into this channel, depending on the movement, drop once again. If we do drop once again, our MACD indicator, you guys, shows that there is weakness in this current trend itself. If there's weakness in the trend, we're found near the area of support. It flips over to the red, heavily on the volume at the very bottom here, then again, we're going to break that area of support. And our RSI itself still shows that we are somewhat oversold because we are past the 20% of our K line at 19%. However, again, we can see multiple drops before price picked up itself again, 0 and 0%. So price for the RSI still can continue down. If we take a look at the previous candle as well, rejection on the 20 MA line, most importantly, volume picked up at 1,600,000 trades here, and the candlestick wick itself at the very bottom. So huge selling pressure itself. The body itself is pretty big too. So we are going to either come back down at the $47.92, retest this line, such as, the example that I showed you guys at the very top here. And depending again, the surge and the pump near the 20 MA, if we get rejected once more, then price is going to plummet down. So that's my video for Elrond, you guys. Let me know what you think down below. Yeah, like the video and subscribe if you're new, but I'll see you next time.